I'm just going to ramble and come what may. Right now I'm sitting thinking, what should I do with all that I have experienced? I, coming from that place that all people want to know about, that has nothing to do with their ego, nothing to do with the words we use, only the truth. And I have to speak about it in words that we can use. This is the conundrum that I'm stuck with, or conundrum, whatever. I'm stuck trying to explain to people the depth of our being in words because they don't feel anything anymore. All I do is feel everything, and I try to put it in words because I understand it on a deeper level than how other people want to hear it explained or how they want to explain it. They don't understand that almost every word or action that comes out of them is propelled by the ideas that other people gave them, the actions other people told them they have to take, and the foods and toxins that make up their body. Literally. They may not like those simple words, but that's what they are. They're walking, talking blobs of I don't know what the fuck I am. That's what they are. And I'm saying that because it's true, not because I like to say it. I don't like to say that I know exactly what's going to happen in the future. Exactly. To the T. I can tell you about your life. Whoopee-doo. I don't want to. You want to live it, believe it or not, or else you wouldn't be here. You would blow your head off. Here's the thing with me. I would blow my head off because I know so much that I know what happens exactly the moment I die. I know what happens, and it would be disturbing what I planned in this timeline. I know that sounds silly to people, but whatever, it's true. So that's why I don't kill myself, because I have a timeline that can be changed while I'm in it by me operating my body as the tool that my spiritual being is using. And that's what we're all doing. That's why we are called into body with words and letters, no matter what you want to say, no matter what dumbass, quote unquote, genius scientist has told you, no matter what professionals or generals or anyone has told you, they were wrong. They may be right along the lines of the way we speak, the way other people have agreed to, but not right at all. Not right at all. And I don't care that people don't like hearing that. Because if they listened to me, they wouldn't be able to say that I'm wrong. They would just be able to say that I don't want to be grown up enough to face the truth because I'm scared of it. No matter how old they are, they want to cross their arms like a little kid and stomp their feet. I don't want you to be right. I don't want to be right either. Not as a human being named Dan. I don't want to be right that I'm God in human form, or I'm the Christ, or I'm whatever. I understand the Creator. Whatever word you want to give it, it's not a big deal to me. It's not blasphemy for somebody who knows way beyond what the fuck other people think God is. I know way beyond that, way beyond anything anyone has ever heard and anything anyone will ever heal or hear and be able to absorb, because they themselves want to block it out because it's too scary once I go into the fact that I know your life. I have been you in another time frame. What's weird is it was physical once for me, and I remember it that way. I remember all the stuff I'm talking about as me doing it, but not as Dan, but as the I that holds memory. Like, I'm not just someone who understands the Akashic records. I'm not just someone who's casted spells and seen civilizations end and begin and seen and done the worst and greatest things. I'm not just the guy who's done it or wants to talk about it. I'm the memory of all of it. And I feel it when I get there. And I don't like doing that without other people understanding that we can change the world we're in right now. Physically, the way we feel, emotionally, the way we feel, those things are important. Those are how we're supposed to determine what we do next. Because time is a gift given to you so that you can experience. Simple things like that are all it's for. All our spiritual being is doing is trying to grow. It's not trying to keep fucking each other up. That's people and ego all the way, no matter what people think. Every corporation or business or venture that's out for itself or its own few people is harming us. And it needs to understand that and be confronted. Not because we want to fight them, stop them, hurt them, kill them. We want them to do the right thing. Deep down, our hearts and souls know that. Deep down, our hearts and souls do not think it makes any damn sense to have some people telling us what we do with our daily time, with our life, with what we want. There's no reason that anyone should agree to any of this anymore. If they had brains that worked, if they had spirits that are operating within their body, if they understood what having a soul and having, consciousness really means, they wouldn't even be taking part of the bullshit anymore. And they would literally say, if you need to kill me because you think you're some badass who's in control of other people because I refuse to be part of your system, then please do it. Me, I'm not scared to die. Not saying that I want to be some badass, because I'm not. I'm God. And I mean that. I am. Sorry, so are you, but you just don't get it. I'm you right now. And I know what you're thinking about me. That freaks me out. What would you do if you knew what you're going to say to somebody based on how they've acted up to the moment that you're at right now? They're going to respond a certain way to how you say it. So you can't think of how you can say it unless they themselves try to realize that they need to center themselves and listen from their heart, not from their ego mind. They're so blocked by what their ego thinks. And it's not even them. They're not operating their tool. They're actually somebody else's property right now. Almost every other person that I've ever met is somebody else's mental property because they're told what to do with their time. They're told what a routine should be, and they follow it to some degree. Everybody. They follow their past traditions. They follow the routines of the people in their community and their society. Every single one of them. Nothing's wrong with that except for that we're doing the wrong shit. We're not doing anything good for each other. We're out striving for ourselves like we're all animals, and we're not. That's just a word. We're able to be animate, yes. We can be wild and crazy, yes. Does it mean we have to be? No. We have the ability to think. We have the ability to care. And the problem is people don't think and they don't care. And everyone who will hear this that agrees with it, to some degree, they're doing it too. And to some degree, they're great for actually realizing that we need to work on ourselves. I can't find anything else to do to work on myself to make myself better. And I'm not saying that to be conceited. I'm saying it because I mean it. I ask people, what could I do to help more? I know how to help things. I know how to heal. I know how everything works. But it takes other people and their dedication and their effort towards the right things to get them accomplished. I can't do them on my own. There are higher powers that we have in human form, and I know all about them. But I decided that I want to just let everybody do it the right way. The whole willpower thing, the whole being able to make your own decisions, I could have been able to do something dark to people, but then Dan's individual spirit, astral body, would go through hard times after this. And because I'm not just Dan, I don't want to do that to the light body that is going to go on after me being here. There's something bigger than all of that. When we die, you'll realize that there was never any human beings. There was never any space and stars. There was never any color or light. There's something bigger than that. And it's us. One at a time, all the time. And when you finally understand it and you see what people are doing, you're like, boy, they think they're something completely other than they are. And they think they have the authority over others. They think they can do this and can do that just because it's a possibility. Everything is possible. In some shape or form, everything is possible. That shouldn't be hard to understand. And what's funny is anyone who doesn't like what I'm saying or whatever doesn't understand that I've been trying and pouring my heart out with the most tender, kind words towards people for years. Years. I have not harmed anything. I have not eaten anything that's coming from an animal, touched anything that comes from an animal, blah, blah, blah. All the little things that people do. I could have gone out and just mass murdered, and I'm still fine because my spirit knows exactly what it's doing here. But I'm not saying that to sound whatever, but I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to harm anybody. That's not the way things are supposed to be. And that's not my opinion. It's just not the way it's supposed to be. We wouldn't have the ability to think and comprehend the way we do if we were supposed to act like monsters. And right now, we're letting the monster side of us rule. People walk around saying, this is hell, man. Earth is hell. No, it's the best thing you've ever had. And it's the best thing that everyone and everything strives to do, is to feel and experience and know about it so they can grow. That's what we're doing. The body means nothing. The body is just for you to help experience what you were doing as your name of God, the Word. I mean, it's not hard, and that's not religious. That's not even, quote unquote, the word spiritual. It's just what it is. It's just true. You are words. You are emotions. You are feelings. And you are thoughts and consciousness gathered up in a cloud, inside earth, inside motion, inside what we call time. And it has the ability to make the right or wrong choice. And if you keep letting it make the wrong choice, it's your fault for fucking up. It's your fault for letting the world be this way. And people have to let you know that. The only thing is, I don't think there's too many people who really know it, because they themselves would have to realize they've been fucking up too. I fucked up a lot. I remember all the fuck ups that all of us have ever done as us. That's the weird shit. And I'm talking from a very true place. My parents do know that. My son, who listens to me, the only person who listens to me, does know that. When I speak to people in person and I start talking about how all the words are, from the craziest, wildest, deepest thing to the silliest, simplest, dumbest thing, they know that I'm coming from a place that's true. They just don't know how to respond to it. And they're afraid to tell anybody of authority or power that this guy knows what he's talking about. He's a Christ kind of being. I don't know what I could call it, but he's connected to something and he understands it. They're afraid to say that. And I feel it. I feel them freaked out, because I remember the time that I was them listening to Dan Alexander saying this. That's the kind of weird shit I'm talking about. My brain can incorporate so much at once. People just will never understand it. They won't even be able to begin to understand it. And it's not my fault. Nothing I can do about it. I did ask for it because my heart was open, and I am love. And I can explain what love and life and things that nobody has a good definition for. I can explain them in 1 second. And as long as it takes you to hear it and understand what I'm saying, that's as long as it takes me to explain anything, from any religious scripture to any spiritual quotes, to any Bible, to any person's name, to any life activity they've gone through. But people have to be honest and admit when I say, well, this is how you are and this is what you do. And they're like, no. And I feel them arguing with me. I know that they're lying to themselves in front of me, which then in turn is lying to me. But I'm not here for them, and they're not here for me. We are here for the whole, all of us. And when you die, you understand that. But I'm trying to help people not die so they can see why they came here. What we're doing is we're letting those people who have bad vibrations through the way we've all acted universally, and their names and numbers and letters will always happen the way they're supposed to until we stop acting without thinking or allowing others to push us around. When we think that we're thinking because this person said this is what happens or else I get in trouble, we've got to think even deeper and say, am I getting in trouble for something that I'm doing wrong? Or is it something that somebody who's keeping control of me is punishing me for, which isn't wrong at all? In fact, it's right. That's usually the situation. You're doing something right when you say no to a quote-unquote authority figure. They're not in charge of you. But why don't you try to work on making sure that you know what you're doing, being conscious, being healthy, being wise about your decisions before you start trying to be a rebel or talk back? I have the right to say these things because I back them up. I just don't have the option or anyone supporting me so that I can do it in a beneficial way for humanity. Otherwise, I'll just be some loon that they shoot down like they've done billions of times. And I remember them all. So that's one of the reasons that I can't do certain things, because I know what happens if I do it. So I don't do it. So I'm trying really hard to work from my way up, because right now we're all completely censored and everything's happening like that. This is all something that I caused, so that it's a hard game for me to get through. It's level 2 of enlightenment. Nobody's ever passed level 1. I'm the first being in this time space, believe it or not, that has actually cracked the code, that has opened Pandora's box, which is Dan Alexander, the box. If you understood what I mean, you'd see that that's just a cube curled up with my name. And you'd see that everything in every dialect, that from the Dantian being your spiritual center to Daniel in the lion's den being truth in a den of liars, simple shit like that is literally everything and everyone in my life that easy to break down and say. I remember telling this story in stars and clouds, but that was after we formulated it for a place to talk. It wasn't even something that was real in the first place. It was out of my mind, out of the I, but out of what I have as a memory. And Dan's, I remember it in my mind. I remember creating the universe to speak into, and then I spoke into it, and everything is happening exactly the way I remember it. And I can show people through all the numbers, all the letters, all the names, all the words, everything. And no one gives a shit. What else would you need for proof? Then I can tell you about Jesus' life. I can look in the Bible and tell you what they mean by those things, and then tell you what really happened, and you'll understand it more than you ever have. Whether you've studied it for 50 years or not, whether you've never heard of it before or not, it'll make sense to you. No one else can do that. But no one's giving me the chance to show them, because at the same time, I don't care enough to try to prove anything. I just know it's the truth. But there's not one option for me to do anything in this world that's go, 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 where I can either be left alone and wait for people to come want to learn, or keep trying to act like Dan Alexander, who gives a shit about following the rules that man made to keep other man held in slavery. I am so fucking sick of it. I want somebody who actually cares, whether they come here angry or happily. Come, listen to me, challenge me, whatever. Just don't come with the intention to shoot somebody down or be stupid. That's the issue, is everybody's fucking stupid about everything. They don't handle anything responsibly, like adults, maturely. They're just childish, everybody. And I hate saying that. If truth is spoken in reality, well, guess what? You guys are already doing it. I'm just pointing it out. You're acting retarded on purpose, slowing yourself down again and again and again. You're always slowing yourself down, getting fat, getting lazy. The ones who try to look good are because they're like, hey, this world full of fat people, maybe I can capitalize on them if I look good and get other people inspired to want to look like me, and I can make money off them. Yay! That's what they do. They don't say, hey, I know how to get healthy, and I'll help you do it for completely free, because I care about you, no matter who you are. I know how to clean your mind out and cure yourself, cleanse, get your body active and feel great. I know how to open your mind and open your chakras and all these words we use. I know how to connect to spirit and speak to God and have things manifest. I know all this stuff too, but I don't want to make any money off it. I'm not interested in capitalizing on people. I'm interested in showing people what we're here for, cleansing their souls, helping them actually do what we're doing. It's just the words we've given it. We've made stories to make those things sound stupid. And now people hear that and go, soul, spirit, that's weird, that's stupid. It's the only thing you've ever been. Those are the most accurate words to use for what you are. You're not just skin and bones. You're not just earth and a pizza dough made of water and molecules. You're spirit and soul and light, dancing around in the air, playing in the dust. But now you have a body composed of stuff, and it's held all these memories of bullshit you've gone through, and you refuse to let go of any of it because you're afraid to stand up and say, I was really confused, and right now I'm so awake. I see that nobody else really is. And the ones who think they are still watching TV shows and eating garbage and following trends and hashtagging. It's like, it's sad. I don't want to take part in this anymore. But the beings that are here need me. And I promised to do this to God. And that means more than anything that anyone will think when they hear me say that. I promised God because I know God. And it's spooky if you listen to what I'm saying, because I truly know how you will die if you don't change. And because I am serious, people don't want to listen to me. But I don't want to say it in a scary way. I'd rather just have them listen and learn from the beginning and see how we can change all this. But they won't do it because it takes effort. And everyone is afraid to put effort in. Everyone's afraid of what change may be. Even if it's a good one, it's going to be great if you listen to what I'm saying. If you do it for yourself. Because if you just listen to what I'm saying, that's just me saying something. Once you understand it, you'll see that that's what's happening anyway. And you can be in control of your own destiny. And there is a such thing as destiny. So that's all I'm going to say for now. I know it was just a ramble. And I get a little over emotional because what else would I do? Not care that I can help everybody and they don't want to? They just want to let it all fall apart? They're literally just letting it fall apart. By trying to broadcast yourself on videos is not doing anything. Nobody's doing anything. They're censoring everything. You can't do anything unless it's in person. And you can't do anything in person if people don't care about each other and want to see each other. This is the thing we're stuck in. And once we get over that, big things will happen. Or we don't get over it and something really big and bad will happen. And I'm not going to get into details because when I talk about it, it happens. So I've learned not to talk about it. So until next time, peace.